I don't know how to describe this, but I think people will understand. I sort of was in a little bit of a daydream, and in that daydream, I had died and gone to heaven. And God met me there, and he said, "Wally, nice to have you here. We've been expecting you. Got a nice place for you just down the road, but before you come in, would you tell me how you did in investing my resources while you were down on earth?" And I said, "Lord, I think I did pretty good. I took care of our church. I gave to several other ministries. I gave to Walk Thru the Bible." And he said, "That's great. I commend you for that, but let me ask you a question. What return did we get for those investments?" And I said, "I don't know, God. Why don't you go ask them? I gave it to them." And he said, "I appreciate that. I will ask them in good time, but I gave you the resources to invest." And so from that, I, sort of broke away from my little daydream, and I thought, holy cow, I'm accountable. I am accountable to God, not for having given it, but for the results of having given it. So it was probably 4 or 5 years ago at one of the annual conferences that the video from the Brentwood Academy was played. And that was a situation where at a school, the Brentwood Academy in Tennessee, had invited in Walk Thru to do, I believe it was OT Live. And so it was a 5-minute video or so of the kids learning about the basics of the Bible, again, where they could fit the pieces in. And for reasons I can't fully explain, I was emotionally impacted by that. Because I thought, wow, here are kids in middle school and high school who are having a chance to get the big picture. And again, with that big picture, to be able to accelerate their learning about the Bible and their spiritual growth because of that at such a young age. That's such an awesome thing. And then I thought, Wally, you write checks to Walk Thru, but you've really never used any influence that you have to promote things like what was happening at Brentwood. And so I became very convicted by that. And so I went back, and I happened to be a member of a very large church that has a church school, which has about 1,000 kids in it. And I thought, I know the guys who run these things. I'm going to go to them and make this suggestion. And so I went to the headmaster of the school and suggested that he look at the Brentwood video and suggested that he do the same thing. The result of it was that I believe this year they did OT Live, and if I understood the headmaster correctly, he's making that part of the curriculum, and they'll do New Testament the following year. I've got more to invest than just money. I've got influence, and I don't know why, having been part of Walk Thru for 15 years, why I had never done it before, but that video impacted me in such a significant way, I was willing to do that. And it made me think, I wonder if others do that, and if not, why not? Because what Walk Thru has to offer in that regard is so powerful. The benefit that you will bring to the people who are involved, who will understand the Bible at a level they didn't before, that will provide a platform for their spiritual growth that they would not otherwise have, is just immeasurable. When I get to heaven and God says, "How'd you invest my money?" I'll be able to say, "Count them." There's a lot of them.